Scratchy.
Scratchy pots, baby.
Welcome back to Andertons TV. I love the top you are rocking, Mr. Pete.
I know. Check this out.
He's got his name on the back. Yeah. What's the number one position in an NFL team? Is that normally
the best one?
Is that the quarterback or the kicker or I don't know?
Comment below.
Anyway,
from
look,
a kind viewer.
Right, you want a Dumble, right? Option number one is remortgage your house. Go and buy one of the 300-odd mythical Dumble amplifiers that are supposedly in existence and change hands for hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes. You can do that. You could buy a clone, I guess. There are lots of brands that claim to make Dumble clones. There'll be thousands of pounds as well. You could model it. You could go digital. You know, some people think the digital thing's pretty close now and you can't
John Mayer thinks it's pretty close.
Some people say, I still don't want to go down that route. Or you could Dumblifier it if you wanted to.
You can go analog.
You could go analog, right? Still, come on, keeping it real for that boomer generation. So look, DSM Humboldt is a Chilean company, and I really like them. They're a lovely bunch, a small company, and they design the first kind of product they ever designed was called the Simplifier. And it was kind of like this idea, slightly different format, but the idea was it was a DI recording option that could sound like a Fender or a Marshall or a Vox, and you dialed it in and it had speaker emulation and EQ and reverb and a little separate foot switch on the deluxe version.
But all analog.
All analog.
No digital.
No menus, no storing, no digital latency, nothing. Just...
And switches everywhere.
Yes, what you see is what you get. A little bit overwhelming, but that. So we sold and still sell hundreds of simplifiers to guitar players that have maybe gone down the digital route and just either don't like the menus or they can feel it still. And I know some of you will go, you can't feel 0.3 milliseconds, whatever, but not all.
And wood doesn't make a difference.
But some people will still say they can feel it. And certainly I think on plugins that I've used, I think plugins are sort of most guilty, or even slightly older digital technology. The latency is, you feel it. Anyway, so that's what this is. The guys at DSM have had access. They've borrowed a 1970s Super Overdrive for enough time to enable them to try and create the Dumblifier, which is an all analog inner pedal DI recording solution, or into the effects return of an amplifier.
I wonder how they do that, man. Just not to go on a tangent, but how when you take a capture or of it with a Kemper or QC, it just it does all the sounds. Yeah. This they have to listen and then put components in, surely.
You've got to be a bit of an electronics whiz, haven't you? The first little bit of Pete playing, you just heard 2 XLR outputs straight into our interface. The reverb is in here, the speaker emulation is coming from here, the preamp sounds, everything coming from here. Let's do a dive into the features and let you hear it, and we might use a tube screamer. We'll definitely use a different guitar at some point.
But before we do that, here's a message from our sponsor. No, I'm kidding. Please like and subscribe.
If you just want the price right at the beginning of the video, you're going to have to part with about 500 quid to get one of these, including VAT. By the way, if you're thinking, I like this, but maybe the Dumble isn't your vibe, 1,000,000% go and look at the videos we did on the Simplifier and the Simplifier X. There's a bass version as well. I really like them.
Yeah.
Overdrive special, guitar goes in the front, on and off switch.
Well, what else do you need?
You've got a channel change
switch maybe?
between clean and overdrive, and then you've got this dual purpose switch. It can either turn the reverb on and off, or it can turn a boost on and off, which I will come to. By the input, you have a 3-way input level switch. It can be off, in other words, it's just your guitar input. It can have a low level boost, which is what we're using it on because we love the sound of an amplifier with a low level boost in it. Or it can have a high level boost if you want more overdrive, and we'll demonstrate that shortly as well. Controls that you might typically find on a Dumble amplifier. You can switch between the jazz and the rock tone stack, which is switching between a Baxandall tone stack or a more traditional sort of Fender-y, Marshall-y kind of tone stack. You've got a mid boost, you've got a bright switch, you've got a 3-band EQ, you've got a clean level, you've got an overdrive level with a ratio control, which is just a word that Dumble used for level, basically. You've got a power amp, you've got a presence control, and you have got some speaker emulation options here, which we'll get to.
One for each side.
You've got 3 kinds of built-in reverb, plate, ether, and room. We're set to plate with the level control on the front. You've got balanced outputs, you've got an effects loop, a stereo effects loop, and you've got TRS outputs on the side. And what is kind of clever is you the speaker emulation is always on the balanced output, but it's switchable on the TRS outputs. So if you are going to a real amp,
exactly.
you can just switch it off.
You got headphones output and aux in for this, right? Is that that's aux in?
That's your level control for your headphones. And a clever little switch here that lets you decide whether if you're feeding a signal in through the auxiliary input, does it only come out the headphones or does it come out the headphones and the DI? Anyway, here we go. I'm going to turn the input boost off. I'm going to go back to our clean channel. I'm not going to do anything with switching. Our tone stack is a little bit of extra bass, a little bit of extra treble, mid-range flat. Clean is at 10 o'clock. Reverb is on the plate mode at about 10 or 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, and this is Murphy 2015 Gold Top 57. Super cheap.
Very nice, clean, very clean.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just immediate, the contact between you, the pick, and the guitar. It's just...
This is the bit I'm going to probably constantly ask you during this video, and you will have to sort of trust, because tonally speaking, technology nowadays has reached a point where the argument isn't which sounds more like a Dumble. Is it the model in the quad cortex? Is it the profile that you've downloaded for your Tonex? I think the question now is, do you prefer the format? You can make your own judgment there. Would you rather have, knobs and switches, or would you rather have menus and a mouse? But the bit that only you will know, or if I have a play, I'll comment on as well, is the feel. So like no noise gate, no latency, no analog to digital kind of conversion going on. Just hopefully the immediacy of a real.
It is.
Amp.
It's so touch sensitive as well.
You know what?
It's so nice.
Just before we go too much further in this demo, I've just realised that I've nudged one of the speaker emulation switches here. So just for the rest of this demo, and I'll go through the speaker emulation separately, you're going to hear, and this is Taylor came up with this, you've got 3 cab choices which are separate for left and right. So you've got a 212, a 112, and a 412. And then you can elect for each cabinet to be loaded with a Celestion G12, M's G12, H's, or an Electro Voice 12, or it's an emulation of those speakers.
That's heavy speaker, that.
And actually, I was finding Electro Voice nice for clean, Celestion nice for overdrive. Right. I like the 212 best always. And then Taylor said, why don't you put a Celestion on one side and Electro Voice on the other, and we'll just do a blend. So that's what we're doing.
Because you can.
But I hadn't realised one of the sides was set to be a 112 before I. Anyway, we're now on the correct, or my preference.
Your preference, not mine. It doesn't matter what I like.
Can you get without driving the input boost a bit harder? Can you get a bit of hair on this, or is it very clean?
I don't think so. And this is a punchy guitar. There's not much, is there?
Okay, so the input boost on the side, I think, is the first feature we'll show you. This is not foot switchable. This is just simply a preference for you setting this. So if we go to low,
that's a little bit of hair.
Turn it off again. On again. Oh, I love that. That's my favourite sound. If I go to high.
I mean, that is gorgeous.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Now, the way they suggest that is, this is kind of like, it's what guitar are you going to plug into it, and what sort of a vibe do you want from your amp? Do you want tons of headroom? Do you want it going early into overdrive? Do you want a bit of breakup? And Pete's right, this is a punchy guitar.
It's very punchy.
But that's my favourite sound is that just edge of breakup. So I would have a clean sound with the low input boost on. It sounds great.
Yeah. It's got that Dumble breakup that, is very unique.
So it's still clean, still a clean sound, but it's
slightly hairy, like we like it.
that is where I'm going to leave it on its low setting for now. We might change it a bit later, but I'll tell you if we do. Jazz and rock, I've obviously seen tons of Dumble clones, lots of Dumble models in multi-effects units, and Pete and I did play a Dumble at last year's NAMM show. So we've got some experience with this, but I must admit, I constantly find this rock and jazz switch on a Dumble. It doesn't do what you think. It's not like there's a jazz sound and a rock sound.
No.
Essentially, it's just switching between two kinds of tone stack within, and obviously...
It's like voice 1 and voice 2, really, on
well, it's quite a big difference, but Mr. Dumble has obviously just gone, well, I'm going to call one jazz and one rock, and it's stuck, right? So here's the rock tone stack. Here's the jazz tone stack.
Nice sound. It is a unique sound.
I agree. The way a Dumble overdrives is raspy. Anyway, whatever, we're going to that. So that's the rock jazz thing, which sounds good. I can use a mid boost feature.
We're still on a clean channel here, right?
With the rock EQ. Brightness switch. The rock tone stack is much fatter, isn't it? I think if I'm right...
But not overly low-endy, if that makes sense.
What, you mean too
it's not overly low-endy. There's still low-endy. There's what was the name? What did she do, low-endy? You see that name before?
What else can we do here? I mean, obviously I can muck around with the tone controls, same.
That's when you can get that that Santana with the mid-range pushed. That Black Magic Woman type, right?
I should mention as well, you may have seen this overhead, we're pushing the master volume on the power amp quite high. Now that's not just to get level into our DI, of course we could roll that back down and compensate on the interface. But again, we're trying to replicate this idea of a pushed valve amplifier, which I think it does so well. And
but uniquely.
When we've been mucking around with this before, and I say this about other devices that are playing a similar space, or things like the Friedman it creates the sound of a loud amplifier, but it's not loud. So your ear is sort of fooled into going, this sounds loud, and then you sort of turn around, you look at the decibel meter or whatever, and you go, actually, we're not that loud anymore. And I think that's one of the things that this does very well.
It's bridging that, but it's not digital, is it? That's the whole.
Let's show you this PAB, Preamp Boost, right? So this again is another feature that I'm 99% sure, again, I'm not a Dumble expert, but I think this was something you could do. It's a tone stack bypass. So by removing the tone stack, you remove a section of the amplifier that actually takes away level. So it's a boost because you're not removing anything. But what happens when you hit it in, it means the bass, middle, treble, and the jazz rock switch doesn't do anything anymore. The bright and the mid boost still does, but
the jazz and rock switch did, didn't it?
No, it doesn't, because this is just controlling how these three respond. So if we just take, say, our clean sound as it is now.
Okay.
And I effectively bypass the tone stack. None of these
None
do
of that
anything.
does anything. Right.
But this still does.
Oh, right. That was the ones that. That mid-range, man. I mean, the reverb works as well, doesn't it? Because the stereo reverb, they've nailed the reverb on that.
So that's our little rundown of the clean channel. So you can see it's quite a misleading term, isn't it, for clean channel? But it will go crystal clean. But I think all the good sounds are in a slightly more broken up kind of area. Okay, over to the overdrive channel. So everything is the same. All the switches, the EQ, everything is the same. This all does the same. But of course, we're now using these two controls, and we've got a certain level of kind of gain already dialed in.
It's so immediate that sometimes when we're doing these videos on, you know, these digital products, when you're doing that, you can hear the string before the sound comes out, but it's minute. It's like tiny. There's nothing on this. Nothing.
I mean, that's a big selling point for products like this, because there's none. It's
and
just, there's no noise gate. You know, real
it just
hum.
makes that. I don't think it's loud enough for the feedback.
It's mad to think that I could switch over to the rock boost or bypass the tone stack and we'd get even more.
Try it.
Okay, let's go to the rock tone stack.
That is like
taking the tone off.
Whatever that is.
Oh, the sustain is good. Bypass the tone stack completely.
It's almost got that cocktail to it.
So everything you've been hearing on the overdrive has been with the input boost set to low. So let me switch it off.
Okay. Bit more manageable.
Yeah, I almost feel the overdrive, the clean channel, definitely you wanted that. The overdrive, actually, if you want a little bit more nuance and subtlety to your overdrive channel, I would switch that off.
Yeah. But you can't do that manually. You have to go down it.
Yeah, there's no foot switch or anything for that. So that's
fine.
Yeah.
Then you can get a really clean sound on the other channel, can't you, really? But man, that sounds good.
Yeah, keep playing.
It's the low end is so.
I'm going to go over to the high input boost now. So this is, I guess, the most overdriven we can.
Is that the most overdrive we get out? There it goes.
That's on studio monitors.
Studio monitors, yeah. That's
and I don't think, I don't know, you can see this because I was only barely looking over my shoulder every so often, but I don't think we even hit 90 dB.
No,
which
it's not loud.
Relative
it's not super
to a real
loud.
amp was, wow.
And I think it sounds amazing and it feels amazing, but it's still, if I could have that out through this,
there's
then
our
you
next
can,
segment.
right?
Could we just try this with either a Strat style or a Telecast, something with some single coils, just for like literally a very quick swizz through some tones. Okay, so we're on its kind of cleanest mode now. I've got the input boost off. Let's have a little listen. If I put it on low, that's where we're gonna. Oh,
Yeah.
Reverb's great. Let's do the. Let's pump the reverb bed. Do that demo. So plate. Ether. Oh, sorry, I've gone to room. I've gone right. Ether. Oh, it's huge.
That's what she never said.
Yeah. And room.
Oh, that's cracking in the headstock now. This already. Look at
It's
that.
proper nitro finish, you see. Okay, so look, I'll leave that little reverb demo. That's great reverb. So let's look at the speaker emulation. So let's switch this. Okay, so
Switchable.
I've switched it now, and again, as I said before, you've got separate settings for left and right, but I'll keep it all the same. So this is a 212 with both sides now with a G12M.
I'm just going to play something simple.
Yeah, let's make it a 112. Let's make it a 412. And then going back to the 212 setting, that you've heard the G12M. Here's the G12. Here's the G12H. And the elect voice.
Yeah.
So you just set that to taste.
A plethora of...
that is easy peasy. I'm going to go back again to EV one side, G12M the other.
Sounds good.
Okay, so
sounds really nice.
Let's just do a couple of... you play and I'll go through all the settings, including overdrive, but no talking.
I think I like humbuckers better with the overdrive setting.
I was just about to say to you, obviously, if we leave it on the single coil, it's more than. But I suppose even with the humbucker on it, it's a very different sounding guitar to the.
It is actually, it's the John Mayer belief thing, isn't it? It is that sort of very saturated mid-range.
Well, look, so there we are.
Yeah.
That is a quick run through with a Strat and a Les Paul.
Quick.
Okay. All we've got to do now is mute our interface so we can't hear it in the room anymore, and we'll switch over to the effects return. Imagine again from a live perspective, this is a bit like if you had a Quad Cortex or something like that. This is a bit like giving your sound man your emulated outputs, but having your on-stage sound running with no cabinet emulation through a real cab. But like I say, we're just going to now try it. We're using a Victory Deputy into the effects return. So we're just running it into like a little 20-watt valve. Is it 20 watts?
20 watts?
25 watts.
25 watts. 25 watts.
And then into a 1x12 cab that we're miking up now with a traditional, our sort of 57 Royal 121 kind of combination.
Classic.
Classic. But the reverb is still coming from here, and the everything is coming from here. It's just the way we're miking it now. Input boost on low as normal. Everything else.
So I should take it off just first because I just want to see.
Okay.
Because now we are in a.
Yeah.
I don't know now. Now it's been on. It just feels like.
For me, with the input level off here, it could literally be any clean amplifier. It's almost got no character whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's when you start to drive the input level a little bit that the character comes out. But like,
hey,
so whatever you need. We're a bit loud.
We're a bit loud, but that's good. I mean, that's why people using a 4-cable method with the QCs and stuff to get that real immediacy.
You can definitely afford to roll the bass end down on this.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going into a
lot of low end in
bigger
that.
cab. I guess,
It is
I
early in
mean,
the
what we
morning.
can do here is if I turn the pedal off now, you can hear,
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like plugging into the effects return of an
As we say
amplifier.
in Danish, nosseløst. That's for one of you guys. Ballless,
Right.
basically. It's nice.
Sounds great. Right,
Yeah.
you know what? Last bit of the clip then, we're going to go back to the Les Paul
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're going to go to the Overdrive channel. And
And
that's it. There is some fabulous videos of the Dumblifier with Joey Landreth playing it, including one that actually we shot with Joey, but we're going to put that out in a few weeks' time just to sort of keep the interest going. But yes, he's a great player and
He's
he's
a
got
lovely
some,
dude.
some tones out of this for
Yeah, man.
shizzle.
Absolutely.
Anyway, this is the end. So 500 quid, links below. They're in stock already. So if you want one, dive on over. You can have it tomorrow. Happy days.
Happy New Year to yourself present.